Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're with Ty, and we're going to be going over his latest podcast. Oh my God! It's just I haven't listened yet. I think it's important that we listen together to get an honest reaction. Because number one, I don't want to go through it twice. This would normally be the type of thing like I would love for like somebody to go through and cut out chunks of usable stuff. But I do think early on in getting to know one of these dopes, hanging on their every word, dissecting it to an unhealthy level is important up top. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to listen to all of Ty's show, just like we did the last one. Last time, I think it showed 57 minutes. Took us just over 3 hours to get through. This one's an hour and 4 minutes, 25 seconds. So cancel dinner, call and order something in, because we could be here all the live long damn day. Shout outs to whoever that weird head is that just floated by. Ladies and gentlemen, the unadvertised Ty Rivera podcast, Unbothered. Don't worry, it's ironic, guys. He didn't post this up on Facebook. He didn't post this up on Twitter. He's not posting this on his personal page. He's not giving this a shout out on Instagram. It still links to his last show. He is running scared. We've got him where we want him. Fucking Ty, am I right, guys? Hot shit! This show is called Your Vibe Will Attract Your Tribe. Well, Ty, we're here. Your tribe's here. We got it. You're my boy. Where is he hiding? This is what I'm telling you. He's building up this wall around. Like, if you are a hater, he's just like, ain't got the time. And it's just like he's actually deluded himself into thinking he's like a good comic and he's still innovating and that people are into it and want to be part of it. Thank you so motherfucking much for the gift sub. I know how important it is to gift a sub to Vicky so it doesn't look like she's too into the show. Even though she's super into it, she bought so much merch the other day. Thanks, Vicky. That really means a lot. Got her. Okay, Ty, this says your vibe will attract your tribe. Let's click on it and see how much glitter leaks out. Oh, I'm using the wrong mouse. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Play it, boys.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Unbothered by Ty Rivera.
Okay. Wow. Okay, hold on. Already, I have to say, we already have some drama. From what I can tell, the last show, do you remember the overall arching theme of the last show? It was like, are you okay? Do you want to be doing a podcast? Are you awake? Remember, he was like, it's like he just didn't want to do it. He didn't want to be a part of it. He was asleep. No energy. I think I said that I've come across dental floss that had more pep in its step. This guy sounds like he has more prep in his step. That's a gay AIDS drug. Keep up, guys. These are really good, really tight jokes. Ty Rivera, Bible Attractor Tribe. He's already peppy. He's taken the notes. You know he's watched it. How could anyone? Your friends are messaging you. Hey, have you seen the 7-hour thing this comic you pissed off did about you? No, I haven't seen it.
Bothers.
I gotta go back and re-listen.
He's bothered.
I'm a botherina.
That's right. It's Unbothered by Ty Rivera. Snoopy,
That's right. Cool.
you're wondering, is currently eating a Whimsy's alligator, the never-to-be sponsor of Unbothered by Ty Rivera. Thanks
Sponsored. You get dozens of views, bro. Like, you've been what?
for the feedback on the last episode. I'm glad a lot of people.
Thanks for the feedback on the last episode. Oh, he heard it. He literally took your advice. Yeah, that's what's funny. Is like, by the way, asshole, I made your show better. I said like, hey, it sounds like you don't want to be doing this. My tip would be, as a performer who's been, apparently doing comedy since Liza Minnelli was in Flip Flops, like, put some oomph into it. Maybe don't hit record until you're ready.
I did, and I'm glad that people are
Swallowing, uncomfortable.
really starting. Well, not starting. Yeah, maybe starting.
This guy is frazzled. Like from the get, you're 2 sentences in. You're not good. You're not good at speaking. You don't have complex thoughts, and the simple ones you do have, you can't verbalize well. You're not good at getting on a roll or even maintaining a roll. Like, who told this guy he was good? Why is everyone still like, no, I like Ty? Like, yeah, we all like Ty. You know what I mean? Like once a month from that takeout place that's owned by white people. That's how I like Ty. Okay? I don't know how he's tricked a group. He got kicked out of LA and run out of LA. We all know that's fact. Remember the last show? He lost his mind.
Well, it's like I get
Already frustrated. It's like, oh, buddy, you need a nap? We are 45 seconds in. You need to lay down? It's like, God damn. Del Boca Vista phase 2.
less kickback on the stuff I say now. More and more people are starting to actually get what it is I mean when I say what it is I say.
More and more people. It's like that show still has 88 listens. More and more people. You've been doing this show for 4 years. Back then, it used to be 20 people who didn't get a fuck what I was saying. Now there's like 60 who do. So I'm over the moon. Are you? Like, you're not making progress in any way.
I think maybe back in, 2016 when I started doing this, there were a lot more people that had like negative opinions of the kind of stuff that I was saying or didn't really get it. But I think over the years, people have just started to get like, oh, okay, so this is what you mean. And, for me, it's all
no one knows what you mean. No one.
Giving you guys something to do while you're folding clothes or cleaning your apartment or whatever it is you guys do while you're listening to Unbothered by Ty Rivera. That's what I do with the podcasts that I love to listen to. I just put them on. There's only two.
Imagine me in 2020 coming on here and having the fucking gall to sit here and be like, I don't know about you guys, but what I would recommend is if you want to watch podcasts, like put them on, just have them on in the background or like while you do laundry. I don't know about you. That's what it's like, cool. Thanks for the tip, Moms Hopkins University. That's my new insult to any moms who post anything about COVID. Moms Hopkins.
That I really listen to regularly. I'm about to listen to one by my friend. What is their name?
Imagine.
I wish I could remember.
Do you know why he can't remember his friend's name? This is a very simple answer. Do you know why Ty Rivera can't remember the friend's name he wants to plug? Anybody? Okay, I'll tell you. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone else but himself. Imagine me coming on here telling you about a friend thing I wanted you to check out, but I couldn't think of the name. Like, imagine. This isn't, everybody shouldn't get a podcast because you can. And by the way, you can't, Ty. Like you've proven, like, if there's, dear God, you know, if we ever run out of storage on this earth, and that's what kills us, we can't store our medical data or our military trajectories. You know, all the military installations, you know, fail because they can't launch a missile because there's a full disk error in the internet. And it's like, well, thank God, you know, we have all of Ty's tweets backed up in triplicate. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. If there was ever a guy who needed the record button programmed out of all the software he owns on his phone, on his computer, like, he needs to get a virus that just erases record buttons from shit. Imagine that being a bug you could send to your friends. Like, no. You can do it live. We don't need to save this or tape it because you're clearly confused about what good is. You know what I mean? You get done with a shitty gig in a fucking Mexican taqueria and you're like, I better blast this out to everyone. They need to see me riff on nothing ad nauseum. Okay, Ty.
Anyway, it's called Gender Fluids is the name of the podcast, and a friend of mine.
And you might go, Patrick, you're riffing ad nauseum, and it's like, yeah, but you know, I've actually made money doing my podcast. That's the difference. Even today, I've made more off this episode of Ty's podcast than he will ever make. How fucking sad is that? This is 100% real fact. Since I pressed play on this show, I have monetized it more than you will ever monetize it. And I'm a third party. You know what I mean? You, off SoundCloud, you won't get a fucking a goat's disc off. And that's a real thing I just made up.
Don't know why I'm not remembering her name right now. Well, I think it's there. I don't know if they're even particular about that. I don't know what anybody's doing.
Imagine this. All right, who's my friend? I don't even know if would they mind? I don't know if they would even like, what's their name? I can't remember what they're called. It's like, hey, you can edit this out. Also, you know what I mean? It's like, it's the same thing as like the final answer to, it's like, you know, you have an opportunity before you submit this to the internet for life to not do this right now. You sure? Yeah, print it.
Doing anymore. I don't know if people are non-binary. I think she's a she and a lesbian, but I could be wrong. Anyway, the podcast is called Gender Fluids. I think she's really great, and so I want to go ahead and support and listen. But just another person that really
doesn't get podcasting. Here's the thing. You go ahead and Google nobody likes onions, and you see how many results you get for a podcast. Now you go type unbothered into Google, unbothered podcast into Google. Like, good luck. And here you've got another dope friend who's got a podcast called Gender Fluids. I think Nobody Likes Onions had a show called Gender Fluids years ago. This is a fucking, pun that has been made a goddamn baker's dozen 100 times. It's over, you basic bitches. Like, let's call it Gender Fluid. Let's call it San Francisco Gay. It's like, okay. Any more dumb ideas that have been had 1,000 times? Head over to Ty for things that won't work for 100, Alex.
Ariel is her name. That's right. It's Ariel. And so
that only took 2 minutes.
But I don't know. Because here's the confusion. On Instagram, she's Ellen DeGeneres. So I don't know if now they identify as non-binary, and this is where it gets confusing. But also, I know that they're not the kind of person that would even get mad at me about this. So it makes it easy for me, but at the same time, it's embarrassing more.
Has he had several strokes that we don't know about? Also, is there a speech impediment that I shouldn't be making fun of, or is he just a mushed mouth moron? Quick question, just a actual real question. What? You know what I mean? Like he's just stumbling over his own lips.
I'm embarrassed that.
By the way, get more injection. Just what you need. More of a fucking fire curb of a mouth. You couldn't get a puffier lip. He does look like Peanut, that Jeff Dunham puppet. It's a dead-on impersonation.
I didn't remember the name at first. Oh, there it is. Anyway, I think it's kind of like they say, when people say your vibe attracts your tribe, because more and more people.
Do you know when people say that? No, I don't hang out on Pinterest or at Bed Bath and Pier 1. When people say how your vibe attracts your tribe, it's like if anyone said that around me, I would stab them in their eye socket. Quick, on the double. You know how people always say, hurt people. It's like, no, I hurt those people immediately. Do you know how people always say your vibe attracts your tribe? It's like, nope. No, I don't. I don't have a lot of dinners at Cracker Barrel.
People are starting to actually get what it is I mean and how I mean it. And even some of the stuff I do with 2 days ago, I posted a picture of...
Do you understand what he's breaking down right now, by the way? Again, this is a 20-year plus comedian just realizing that your audience will find you. By the way, they won't. And no one wants it. You've driven people away. You have an edgy, uneasy, uncomfortable vibe. And people don't want to join your tribe. They ain't into it. 4 years they've answered, we don't like. They're not into it. But he's just figured this out. He's like, I think what they mean is people are starting to get me. I'm starting to notice that the people on my page understand what I'm trying to say and appreciate me. It's like, no shit, you dope. What have you been doing for 20 years? What if I imagine me sitting here being like, you know what? People who watch my podcast are finally starting to get it when I do that. It's like, what? And now he's going to give an example because he's had a dumb, he's had a breakthrough. So he's got to share this like it's a life hack. Most 3-year-olds toddling around have this skill. They realize hey, if I just play with blocks, other kids who like to play with blocks will come hang out. It's like, yeah, no shit. Ty's like, oh, people around me now are starting to do what I say. It's like, oh, shit. Oh, man, tell us. Preach.
Me wearing a red MAGA hat, the Make America Great Again hat. And a few people complained, but the main complaint people had was I was obviously shirtless in the picture, and it was from shoulders up. And people were like, I'm more.
Again, it's you have two choices of what you are. You're either stupid or incredibly lame. Okay. So you either think Trump is cool and good, which is what you say. I like Trump, I'm voting for Trump. Okay, then you're fucking stupid. You are, he's an idiot. So you are stupid if you think he's not. And maybe you're voting for him because you're stupid. I'm the kind of guy that this will piss off half the people watching this. I don't give a fuck who you vote for. Honestly. But if you're not embarrassed by Trump, your meter is broken. I'm sorry. It's bad, dude. And by the way, Biden is shit. So I'm not sticking up for him. This guy talks like a teenage girl. It's infuriating. Oh, you have no fucking idea. Except teenage girls. Here's the thing. It's like he thinks in his mind he's a teenage girl, but teenage girls would rip him to shreds. He's like, this has no game, no skill. He thinks he's sassy as shit. This is another thing I've noticed that losers do. Like, I've heard this across the board. I've heard this from 3 people this past week. Anybody who like says something they notice and go, cute, as an insult. Like if they call something cute as an insult. Like I think Ty wrote a tweet like, I think it's cute how y'all still get up in the look at y'all still getting up in the morning like y'all got to go to work. How cute. Or just that kind of shit. Oh, thanks for the follow, man. That really means a lot. Like anybody who says like cute. Lane Libra texted me something the other day where I was just like, you're an insane person. He's like, I think it's hilarious that you think I'm insane. That's cute. And it's like, okay. So you start picking up these trends, like people who say things. So anybody who says like something's cute but means it as like a passive aggressive insult, like that's a weirdo. You want to step away from that person. And Ty does that. So again, you don't like, so he's posting pictures in a MAGA hat. Okay. And then he's like, I used to post pictures in MAGA hat. By the way, in the same vein of a teenage girl, his Instagram is like the same photo over and over and over again. Like this is people with a broken brain. They have no imagination. They literally cannot stop themselves from posting the photo in front of the mirror at the same fucking angle, shirtless. It's literally the same photo. But their brain can't, like, I gotta show people what I look like now, though. And it's like you'll see a girl with like an Instagram where she's just every day the same photo from the same angle in her car. It's just like, what do you do? We got it, Becky. We got it. We're good on that. Now, he's that, like, it's just like, it's a weird, like, autistic, broken brain loop thing. Like, and he can't step back from it and see it either. It's all very out there. And then when you couple it with somebody who thinks they've got it all figured out, like, here's the difference. I'm taking mad swings and shitting all over this guy. I don't pretend to have it all figured out. I'm a fucking loser and a dork, but I'm honest with people and I tell it like it is. And I'm trying to minimize the cringe shit that I'm doing, for future impact. This guy, it's like, I bet if I haven't gone back, but I bet we could go back in his Twitter history and it would be cringe-tastic. You would, ooh. Can you imagine? I just, and then you press anybody on it. Next time you're sitting around talking about what a dick I am and how Ty's cool, like actually ask like, oh, why is Ty cool though? And they're like, oh yeah, remember that cool thing he did? No, what? Well, he's a gay guy who does my show. And, a lot of these guys like they book shows, so it's cool to have a gay guy on. But it's like, I don't think people book Jocelyn Sharp because she's a woman. She's fucking funny. I don't think people book, well, I'm not going to say that one. I don't think people book, we'll save some. I'm just saying like, there's funny gay guys here. And I don't think Ty is not funny, but you guys are all grading him on way too steep of a curve because it's he's not tuned into how good he is. And you guys sure as fuck aren't. If you're a straight white male and you're going to come at me, if you're a straight male even, and you're going to come at me and tell me Ty Rivera's good, find me a gay guy who's like, that guy slays. It's like, I'd rather watch Tim Gunn, guzzle frozen Kool-Aid dicks. than listen to Ty Rivera riff, because that was painful. So for him to riff for 20 minutes and then think it's good enough to need to get that video out to people, he's deluded. You guys are, Josh Denny going, oh my God, was this great? It's just you liar. You know what I mean? And Josh wouldn't used to lie about something like that. But that bit, if you've, either he didn't watch it or, well, he wrote, watch all of it. It's it's not good. It's not good, dude. We've got to start being real. It's all we have is each other. We're 3 minutes in the Ty Rivera podcast. Here we go.
Or disappointed that that abs aren't pictured in this and stuff
he does. He talks like his mouth is full of lies.
that. And then one person pointed out the fact that they were Trez, my friend Trez pointed out.
Trez. It is Trez. Okay. And look, I don't know how this got so far into Trez today, because I didn't mean to turn this into a go after Trez thing. But dude, you can't. I'm sorry. Okay, I get it. Everyone in the fucking Las Vegas comedy community seems like they're a bunch of giant fucking pussies who hide behind rocks, and I'll burn it to that. I don't give a fuck. All right. So maybe he does that. Maybe he walks around fucking talking mad shit about comics in between Hoover Dam bus tours. I'll be damned if I'm going to sit over here and not mention that, I don't go do shit all day long. You go do bus tours and then have the audacity to come inside and then talk shit. Get the fuck out of here. Trez. You were out of your goddamn mind. Who are these guys? What? There's no other. In New York, you would just get your fucking lip split open if you tried that shit. Oh yeah, he's not a real comic. I gotta go. People are loading up on the bus. Okay. I didn't realize you ran shit.
He was like, this is so 2016, and he was like, you're wearing a red MAGA hat, and
you guys don't need to. You don't get to tell people what's old. Okay, I don't need a guy using Final Answer telling me what's 2000 and late.
So I went ahead and put on the white MAGA hat, which is the makeup.
This cuts out, by the way. Oh, and by the way, his energy is sapped. He started strong. We're 3 minutes and 45 seconds in this show, and the energy is already sucked out. I need a nap. Where are my cats?
America great again, which I don't remember what it, or keep America great, whatever the fuck it is. But, so I put on a white MAGA hat.
Oh, he just saw that Make America Great Again meme or whatever. And that was laugh out loud funny to him, even now recounting that on his podcast. So this is a full on basic bitch. Do you understand that? The shit he's laughing at, you know what I mean? Get this guy an I'm with stupid t-shirt. I bet he fucking trips over his jaw laughing. Also because they've unhinged it to do surgery.
And I did from the, basically the hips up shirtless. And so I let everybody know that I heard your complaints and I'm working to do better. And thank you for being patient. And both times, there's a few people that said something that was, I guess, kind of could be construed as negative, but
more people are in this chat room saying negative things now. What are you talking? There were a couple of people who didn't like something I had to say. It's shut up. Kyle Kinane's that new album is pretty. Hey, save that for the later show we're gonna do where we always go over old, new comedy albums. Save that for.
I don't take any of that personally because I'm not Donald Trump and I'm not a huge Donald Trump supporter that way. I've already said this before. I think in 2015 a lot of people were describing me more as Donald.
Do you hear the language of this delusional idiot? Like, I'm sorry. It's one thing to say in 2015 I was more this, or in 2015 I think people who met me thought this. It's another thing entirely to frame an entire premise, an assumption around a lot of people. Like, in his head, he thinks he's a celebrity. It's like, I guess they let him on Comedy Central back in 2009 when he looked like Short Round. You know what I mean? And he's been living out this thing since that he's on this like star trajectory. It's like, for him to just go, in 2015, I think a lot of people saw me as this. And it's like, a lot of people have never seen you, bro. Most, I'd wager. It's a way that you talk. It's a way that you present yourself. It's not normal. And I won't rest until everyone sings about it. Send in your Thai songs.
Donald Trump supporter.
This is my Thai song, my will not lie song.
Because they didn't understand that I wasn't arguing with them specifically over Donald Trump.
That's the other thing too, is like anybody who doesn't get him doesn't understand. He had one of these screenshots I gotta show you guys is him like explaining dumb people. This is another trait of losers. Okay, so saying something is cute is loser language. Phrasing anything like this conversationally, it's like he wrote this thing. It's let me just fucking find it. I gotta find it. It's too much. You know, I had to quit because there's too many shows to edit. And now I've got, I'm down a MacBook Pro. I got to get this iMac. Send in money, please. God knows I need an iMac. I'm not getting any more comedy gigs ever since Tyler Rivera's ruined my career. This guy's a real online bully. Ty's IQ is lower than his BMI. I like that. Very, very funny stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, so this was the one. Oh, he did just post this. Okay, hold on. I woke up to news that a family member has died. The only thing that will make me feel better is if you listen to my podcast. Link in the comments. And no, I'm not joking about the family member having passed away. Okay, so he writes that. Wow. Way to promote your show. Okay, here. This is it. Oh, fuck. What a dummy. So this kind of a post is another thing only idiots do. Before I go to the gym, let me explain how smart people work. So then they'll write a conversation. This is loser red flag 101. Smart person. I read about this group online, and this is what it said they were like. Me. Actually, I know a lot of people from that group, and this is what they're actually like. Smart person. No, but I read they were like me. Okay, stupid, have it your way. What you've read is way more accurate than me actually being around these people. Keep reading. BTW, this has happened a lot. Okay, couple of things. This has happened twice. You know what I mean? And this is classic. I'm running in one direction. I've got an idea. I've got a thought. And I'm just running. I'm dumb. I have no critical thinking skills. And I've got a real supreme arrogance where I need to tell people how they're wrong to me. This is him trying to correct errors in other people's behavior. Remember, this is a man who can't speak. He can't formulate ideas. He can't get across complex thoughts. He loses track of himself when he's trying to come up with people's names and stuff. I've been smoking weed the whole time we've been watching this, and I'm still not fumbling over words. This is a man who is not an intelligent person. He can't do it. Okay? So when he gets online, he gets really cocky because he can formulate his sentences a little better. He has more time. Something like this probably takes a man of his mental capacity 30 to 48 hours to type out. This is like 4 sentences. He probably has to look up things in a thesaurus. He probably has to look up a thesaurus to find out what that is. So he's not a bright dude, but this is how he sees himself. Number 1, first layer. I need to let people know how smart people work. I got an insult for smart people who are really dumb people. I'm actually smart, so I'll let them know. So that's level 1. It's like delusional. Who cares? Like nobody gives a fuck what you think is right. Okay? And you could say that about me on this podcast. Number 1, you're right. Who does give a shit? Turn it off and go for a jog. Your mom's been asking you to clean your room for a while. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Before I go to the gym, let me explain how smart people work. Smart person. I read it. So this is an argument he had with somebody. Was where somebody says like, well, Mexican people, this is important in their culture. Or Chinese people. Or black people. And Ty, he thinks of himself as really worldly. Like, okay, this guy has traveled some, you know what I mean? And done comedy in some places. I was doing some shows in Australia again, and I talked to this booker about him. So fucking funny. Like I can't tell the story because then he'll know. But no one takes you seriously, dude. And also when you go to other countries, it's a little more elevated. Not so much in Asian countries. You go to Asian countries, comedy's pretty new there. You can get away with anything. Ty probably killed it. You know what I mean? Because you're not even supposed to be gay there openly. Places like Singapore. So him walking through town being like, probably is like, oh, so he's used to this false, people kissing his ass, and he's done a couple things, so he's got this, ego where he's like, I've been around, I've done comedy, because none of these guys have, by the way, none of these guys travel and do comedy, but Ty doesn't either. He has, but he doesn't anymore. The phone isn't ringing. He's not getting booked. When you and him are both driving 8 hours for $150, let's split gas. It's not going well. I'm supposed to go in September to make $5,000, and I don't know if I'm going to go do that. I just so this guy, you got to get it out of your head. What your idea of this guy is. He shits on other comics. He makes people feel bad on purpose. He actively trolls with things that are insensitive and tone deaf. They're not, this isn't a good person. Okay? He's also not super fun. I've yet to see it. I said he was funny because I've seen him do shows and I've seen him do well. I couldn't tell you one of his jokes, but maybe we need to reevaluate. Because the tape I've seen was absolute dog shit. And the only person we've got backing him up says I'm not a real comic. And we all know that during the day, that guy drives trips to the Hoover Dam doing jokey joke tours. So, anybody who has a script that tells them what to say around this corner doesn't get to come tell me how comedy goes. But this is he wants people to see him as this guy who's got this perspective, this worldly view. And again, he's traveled and he's done some stuff, so he does. And especially when compared with people here who have never been anywhere. People don't have a passport, they wouldn't go past Pahrump. But he doesn't get to do oh, really? Well, I'll tell you what the real. It's like, because also, like, you know, we know he doesn't have the mental capacity to like form an actual accurate opinion about a group. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've proven you build echo chambers of delusion. So you telling us how anything works is insane. And we'll have your badge for that, you piece of shit. We've all seen a solid 10-minute set on Comedy Central. Almost all advanced beginner comics have a solid 10. We haven't actually seen him be funny for an hour. This is what I'm saying. Like, most of his shit, if you watch it, is like the first set a gay comic writes. It's like a development deal set. It's like a, who are you? Where'd you come from? Tell us about yourself. Like, give us a quick, and it's just all this basic gay comedy. And again, everyone's been patting him on his back and liking his shit because it feels good to like have a gay friend. And I'm telling you, associating with this guy is not helping you look good to me. When you're Trace Mala and you're Todd Rex and I see you go on a final answer joke and go, LOL, fire, fire, fire. It's like, whoa, you're dumb now. You know, I lump you in old dumb casserole with these fucking idiots. His social media posts aren't that great. That's what I'm saying. Like, he acts like a retarded teen girl. Like, normal teen girls would beat him up and take away his Boost prepaid phone. Like, for the things he posts. Like, it's not good. But we're 6 minutes into a podcast. Oh, sorry, we're 4-4 again. God damn it. Tell your friends we're doing a tie roast. We're hogtied.
I was arguing with them over my right to vote however I wanted to vote as an American.
I mean, are you simple, bro? I want to vote like it's like, Jesus. From a guy who talks for a living, he can't formulate a sentence. And you guys want to see a video of him riffing to a this guy can't riff. He can barely read.
And you not being able to put me in the box of, oh, well, you're Mexican American, so this is the way you're supposed to vote. You're gay, so this is the way you're supposed to vote. You know, it wasn't, for me, that's not a fair way to go at it, you know, like to try to tell me that I'm supposed to think a certain way just because of, you know, my sexual orientation or my ethnicity just isn't a valid argument. And it also...
This is also another thing dumb people do. This goes to like the masks argument, so it's no shock that like he's like into this mindset. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me what I can and can't do. Nobody tells me what I can't say. It's like, who? These are the same idiots. Like, nobody's gonna tell me I gotta do this. It's like, we're not saying you. Like, we need to say that you have to. Like, I love now the fucking, just imagine the cacophony of fucking cognitive dissonance people are having at Walmart now that they have to wear a mask. Like, Walmart, you have to wear a mask now, and that means all the redneck Republicans going, but I thought this place sold freedom. Like, I can't imagine. Just a fucking idiots. So this is what he did, like, and nobody's gonna tell, he's always telling people that people aren't going to tell him. And it's like, well, no shit. Nobody can tell you anything because you've cut off all resistance. You know what I mean? Like, this is the equivalent of turning on your lap pool and then just swimming with the current. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and nobody even argues with me. It's like, right, because you'll block anyone who tries to fucking light you up with some truth. Like, it's just, he's a perpetual right. Yeah. And then I save the day by this, and it's like, God, how we just gaslight ourselves into thinking we're cool or good at anything. Like, it's real crazy.
That my values are certain things because of those two things. Like, I must think this way because of that. Who are you to tell me how I must think about things? You know, I personally...
Like, you're fighting nobody. You know, no one's going, Patrick has a yeah. Ty has already wrapped bad podcast of the year. Yeah, it's fucking atrocious. But it's just weird. Like, who are you arguing with? And no one tell me what to think. And it's like, great. Way to fucking take a stand, man. It's like, he thinks we're all going around going like, I don't know, man. Like, sometimes we do have to have the government tell us what to think sometimes. Like, yeah, he's simultaneously both the best LGBTQA comedian, but also kept down by the system. Right. Also, he's quitting comedy in a year, but he still wants to tell everybody how to do it. Ugh.
Like I said, I talked about this a bit last week, but
oh my God, like this dude can't talk. He's choking on his own spittle. Either that or you got a little something going on the corner.
It comes to the protest. Like, for a minute I was down with the protest idea. I'm not showing up to a protest, but I was down with other people protesting. But then it went on too long and I got like, yeah, this is...
Then it went on too long. Like, according to who? Like, whose standard? I was okay with the protest, but then it went on too long. It's like he really thinks like he's the arbiter of like what is and isn't cool. Schrodinger's comic. Kool-Aid lives in the pool house. Yep.
Just ridiculous now. Like, this doesn't have to keep going on. And Portland, to me, is the worst city for them to do it to, because Portland is such a supportive city when it comes to what would be considered like social justice warrior values. Portland really does go out of its way to be politically correct and make sure that, they are aware of what's going on with people's pronouns and stuff like that. And maybe there's a problem I didn't know about in Portland, but that's always the picture I'd gotten from it. And I used to have to steamroll that because, I started off kind of in that area when it comes to going on the road. And so, I was familiar with the way it is, but like now it's a war zone every day and you see this all the time on social media. I had somebody tell me that they didn't know, or that I probably didn't know that there were still protests going on until, we started hearing about the federal authorities snatching people up in white vans. But it was like, no, I have a Twitter. Of course I knew that was going on. So, if you were on Twitter, and I follow Andy No, who Andy No has gotten in a bit of trouble for being kind of an alt-right sympathizer, is what people would say, which alt-right is its own thing. People got mad at me a couple years back when alt-right first came to light. Not trying to rhyme, but
it's everything. It's everything and nothing this guy's been a part of. Like, he's sitting there like, back when alt-right started, everybody got mad at me. Like, in his mind, he's just been stepped on and oppressed and oppressed. He thinks he's been a part of every revolution that's affected. He was there. He remembers the Alamo. If you ask this motherfucker, like he's out of his gourd. Like, it reminds me of when alt-right started. People got mad at me. Oh God, don't even get me started on this. But I'll tell you.
But yeah, when alt-right first became an actual thing, where the media started talking about it, and I tried to explain to people that there's really nothing to be afraid of because the numbers.
When alt-right started, he explained to people, guys, there's nothing to be like, as if anyone came to Ty, like, Ty, we're scared, explain it to us. In his mind, he's this explainer, this life shaman who's stepping people through this complex maze of feelings, race, emotion, political ideologies clashing together. He's this guy. He's this fearless leader. He's this iconoclast who stepped up to help us fight our way through the raging river against all tides, simultaneously up and downstream. He's showing us the way. He's leaving a breadcrumb of trails to help us all navigate through this tough life. Because he's figured it out. He is 98. Can you imagine being 68 years old, which is what this old man is, 68, and having this little figured out. Can I have a couple of comics texting me stuff about other people right now? Focus on Ty. I need to know where he lives and who he lives with, his living situation, if you will. Because again, I would like to know why anybody, even Tres Mala, which sounds like something you'd order at Olive Garden. Tres Mala sounds like you're ordering 3 of some white corn-based dish. Like, I don't know why any of these guys are like looking up to this dude. Like, I bet, well, I'll just wait on the information. Hopefully somebody texts me or Facebook messages me. I'd love to know. Here's my bet. Just from how I've seen this fucking guy behave and what's happening now. I bet this guy has no fucking money. I bet he has, nothing saved up for his lifetime of mistakes. He probably rents a fucking room or a pool house from somebody, a guest house at best. He certainly doesn't own any property. We all know his car rattled until the air conditioner fell out last week, and he had to get a free replacement. Like, this guy is a goddamn mess. He's headlining cantinas, again, for $100 if, it's probably $40. So I don't, when I hear comics, I won't say that about, it's like, why? Like, why? Also, he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? There are plenty of guys who are down on their luck and poor and are super nice people and deserve help and kindness. This guy, he's a giant asshole to everyone. And he's walked around like he's untouchable. And we're coming for you, dude. Grab your backpack, pack your things. Your mom's on her way. You are not sleeping over tonight. Not in this house. You go back to your weird white room with nothing but a phone cable and a plant. Hey guys, unbothered. Like, okay, we know. Enough telling us how it is, Ty. You don't know how it is. You've got nothing to show for your life. Your milestone is 2009. And since then, nada except mala. Trace.
You're seeing as far as people that identify as alt-right was really kind of genius marketing strategy on the part of the alt-right, because like a lot of people thought alt-right was like it got obscured at a point, but a lot of people thought that alt-right was just a fun group that liked to troll the left and make fun of SJW culture and used Pepe the Frog as their insignia or their symbol, or which the artist that actually made Pepe the Frog ended up, I think, trying to sue them or did sue them. I don't know where that went or how that went down.
Sue who? Make a point. You sound like you're from fucking Whoville. A lot of people thought alt-right was just about trolling people and using Pepe the Frog and stuff. And the artist who made Pepe the Frog, I think he might have, I don't know, but I think he tried to sue them. And so a lot of people really didn't understand. It's like, what? What? Did you just have a fucking stroke? I need a subject and a predicate, motherfucker. Can you put together a thought? This guy talks on stage for a living. How? I think he's Milli Vanillian the whole career. There's no fucking way this guy puts pen to paper and writes something out. Jesus. Why are you always writing like you're writing out a lie?
But the artist wasn't at all down with his artwork being used that way, and then people started putting the MAGA hat on it, and so. But I try to tell people that, like, a lot of people that identified as alt-right,
it is a great thing to wake up to.
So, when it became a thing, and then people were like, "Oh, the numbers are ridiculous," and there's so many people that identify as alt-right. I was trying to tell people, yes, I get what you're saying, I get that there are serious parts about it, but at the same time, it's really nothing to worry about.
Imagine letting Ty tell you something and then walking away from that conversation like, "Oh, he had a really good point. I guess I've changed my point." Like, I would love to get actually two Ties in a room trying to change each other's mind. That would be one of the best moments of my life. Can you imagine this fucking idiot? Imagine having a conversation where you walk away feeling like you've learned something from this dummy. Like, I can't fathom it. Oh, no, you had a really good point about Diddy. Ooh, sorry. You want to hear the rest of this show? Then join the NLO Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. $10 a month. You get access to bonus shows, bonus content, after shows, and more. Just like this one. If you were enjoying this show, we're sorry, but I'm cutting it off, pulling the plug. You're out of here. If you want to hear more and hear the rest of this show, join the Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. Support the show and get it all instantly. Access at your fingertips, the entire show archive, and much, much more. Thank you. We love you. And take care of your mom, especially during this COVID time of ours. You're all precious children. Never forget it.